Yo, what is up, guys? So, The Bad Batch Season 3 is officially releasing tomorrow, and I am super excited for these three premiere episodes. And I'm gonna go through who I think is most likely to die throughout the season, as I do think there will be some casualties. So, first, I think 100% dead is Tech. Wow, what a ballsy take, I know. But I do think he's gonna stay dead. They're not gonna bring him back. I mean, there's so much you can do with him being gone, with the dynamic of having a dead brother. Um, and also, his arc is basically completed. There's no reason to bring him back. Next, I think with an 80% chance is Echo. Now, I could see him not dying, but I also feel like his arc is basically complete too, right? And I could see them going a direction where they don't kill off any of the batch aside from one more shock kill, and Echo would be a perfect shock kill because I feel like there's not much more that they need to do with him. Uh, but it could also go the other way, so that's why there's still that 20%. Now, next, we actually have Hunter at 60% chance. Now, people would probably think he has like the highest death flag because, he's the leader, he's Omega's father, and it would be such a opportunity to kill him and develop Omega. And I do definitely see that as a strong possibility. However, uh, I think there is a higher chance that he could survive because they're not going to kill him for a shock kill. So if they don't like killing anyone else, then they won't kill Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Next, just barely beating out Hunter for survivability is Crosshair. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have him at 100%. Like, they think he's just gonna, like, fully redeem himself and then die. But I think it'd be more interesting if he lived. Um, I do think there's a big chance that he will die, a relatively big chance. Um, but I think it'd be interesting if he became like the sole survivor aside from Omega, who we'll get to, of the batch, and maybe even him and Omega could be a duo together in the future. I think that'd be a cool dynamic, and also just if he does redeem himself, it'd be cool to actually see him get to live out the rest of his life instead of die. But I guess we'll see what happens. Now, at 30% chance, I actually think the least likely of the original batch to die is going to be Wrecker because he's too much of the comic relief. But I also don't feel like they would kill him for a shock kill, or it wouldn't really have much of an impact as Echo would. So I feel like he could survive. Also, in another case with Omega, he could be Omega's one surviving friend because him and Omega always got along. Uh, but really, I just think they wouldn't kill him. There'd be no point, really. Uh, then again, I guess they did kill Tech, but I think that was their one really out of left field kill. Uh, and lastly, we have Omega. I think if anyone's surviving this show, if like I think all the batch has potential to die. Like they might all die together, but Omega's gonna survive, and she'll probably appear in the Mandalorian or whatever other spin-off in that future. Uh, because there's quite a bit you can do with her cloning and everything they're setting up with the sequel trilogy. Yes, they are building to it. You can't deny it. So I feel like Omega's gonna survive regardless, and maybe it'll even lead into her getting her own show, uh, because the animated shows have to continue on in some form, right? Maybe we get a Maul show and she's part of the underworld and she meets Kira or something. I don't know, but there's my pitch. Even though I'd much rather see something outside of the Skywalker saga, but that's a rant for another day. Regardless, I think Omega is 100%, or at least 99%, living this show. Honorable mention, everybody dies but then gets revived at the very last second because it's Star Wars, and death doesn't matter in this universe. Also, Asajj Ventress exists.